Close your eyes for a second. Close your eyes. Visualize what I'm about to talk about. Maybe the reason you came to a Toastmasters meeting was like the Slatkins, to exercise, to hike, to climb, to make a difference in the world of fitness. Or maybe it was to save the soul of the club with scrumptious barbecue to share with everyone, like Patrick Hamilton. Maybe the reason you walked through the doors at Toastmasters was like Bobby Butler, to meet the ladies. Hey girl, how you doing? Maybe the reason you walked through the door at a Toastmasters club was like David. You have websites and the great American novel to write. Maybe there's a reason we haven't even identified. Open those eyes. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, tonight I submit to you that Toastmasters can help you achieve your goals regardless of what they are. In the world of education, the world of coaching, we use a phrase that many of you probably know. It's a cliche. Plan the work and work the plan. Plan the work and work the plan. When you come to a Toastmasters meeting for the first time, you don't know what's happening. You don't know what the plan is. You don't know the order of the meeting. And yet soon, you learn the plan. And you begin to work it through table topics, through the Competent Communicator Manual, through advanced manual speeches, through leadership as an officer, through contests, through working through higher levels of Toastmasters. Plan the work and work the plan. Now sometimes in our club we've had discussions and debates about whether or not Toastmasters International is actually meeting my goals. Maybe I don't want to give a manual speech because I don't think that meets my goals. Well, it doesn't have to be either or, it can be both and. You can go off script from time to time and that's okay. But I would challenge you to think about this. Earlier in my Toastmasters career, which by the way is 1 year today, essentially from the time I was inducted last year to this club, 1 year, thank you, I have had tremendous experiences. What my own initial goals were to become a better speaker, to potentially become a consultant and a leader at the doctorate level or the educational world, those original goals, while still intact, have been expanded by other goals. Things that came to fruition that I didn't necessarily recognize. And it's important to think about this. Your goals are really concomitant with the goals of Toastmasters. And let me tell you why. Recently I gave a talk where I said there are 4 human needs: to live, to love, to learn, to leave a legacy. Physical, mental, social, spiritual needs. And I submit to you that regardless of your own personal, educational, or career goals, Toastmasters helps you meet all 4 of those needs. And so everyone that walks through the building, everyone that walks through the doors can meet their goals through Toastmasters. Some examples. Let me start with mental. When you plan the work and work the plan in Toastmasters, you have to go through manuals. And maybe you're like me. At first you pick the manual that you gravitated toward because, oh, I can do those speeches. I can do that. No problem. But if you're going to advance to DTM and beyond, you have to complete manuals that are maybe a little out of your comfort zone, that push you intellectually. I know one of my goals is to complete the humorous manual because I had a difficult time with planned humor. I'm good with spontaneous humor, but planned humor is hard for me. So it's going to push me intellectually to learn something new, to grow outside of my comfort zone. It will meet an intellectual need. Social. Now this is a social club. I'll drink to that. How did I find this club? Because I was looking for something social. And as someone who works in the field of education with 1,483 teenagers every day from 7 to 3, I need some social time outside of that school. And Toastmasters fills that need. One of my goals is to be more social with people outside of my workplace. Toastmasters fulfills that goal socially. What about spiritual? The highest level, self-actualization. Think of a time where a speech made a difference in your life. Or think about maybe when Toastmasters made a difference in the life of someone else. Last week, I stood up here as the Toastmaster for our contest and interviewed Kathy Mendoza, our test speaker. She was nervous. She gave a great speech. What not all of you know is she sent an email to Barbara Bell, which I got a copy. And it said, I'm paraphrasing, "Dear Barbara, thank you so much for letting me do this. I was excited. I was nervous. I didn't think I did a great job, but the feedback I got made such a difference. The warm welcome I got made such a difference that I decided not to quit Toastmasters." Not to quit Toastmasters. What a difference the spiritual aspect of Toastmasters can make in life. Now, I've talked about mental, I've talked about emotional, I've talked about spiritual. It took me a while to figure out, how does Toastmasters help me physically? I had one experience for that where it was true. Last year, spring, I got to be a sergeant at arms at our division contest, and I had to work with the esteemed Jesse Oakley III, or III. Mark was there, he competed, Shelley was there, she competed. But as the sergeant at arms, if I had one of those pedometers on my wrist at the time, I would have taken over 20,000 steps in 3 hours, moving people's props, helping people get set up, moving back and forth. So you can find even physical outlets in Toastmasters when you're working contests. So I submit to you, Toastmasters can help you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, regardless of your goals. And I submit to you, Andre to that is the ideal club model. When people doubt it, let them come to Andre to that and see the social. Let them come to Andre to that and see the mental challenge. Let them come to Andre to that and see the spiritual, uplifting environment that we create. Folks, we have a great club. Our goals, Toastmasters goals align, and let's keep it going. Madam Toastmaster.
If I can't remember any of it, I think my mouth. Don't start something in the